going 80 to there.
Try that.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. So you're talking about
There.
that kind of curve, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Wherever.
And we'll refine it later.
Yeah. It's about 70, yeah.
Too high on that side. I think it's going to be too much to go vertical.
That's still only 17, so.
Okay.
So we just lay them and then we'll make up the.
So we'll just put a dry fit for some of them and see. I mean, that's going to be not big enough, but.
Can you put it up on the other side, or has it not got a flat face on the other side? No, upright.
Like that?
Yeah, like that.
It's not too bad, I guess. So our rustic stone steps project is well underway. I guess we're calling this part 2 of many. If you missed the first part, we did a whole load of clearing out here. There was a big tree up here that we took out, and we did a bit of leveling and quite a lot of thinking and planning for this moment, which is actually installing some stones. This is something that we've not done before, which is fairly common if you've seen any of our other videos, but we're going to attempt some stonemasonry to make some nice rustic natural stone stairs that lead up to our vegetable garden. We've got a load of this limestone that is going to be the risers or the front face of the steps, and we have yet to go and buy some flagstones to go over the top. But that's kind of what we're trying to achieve, something that looks a bit like this, if we've actually done it. Otherwise, a Google image will have just appeared on the screen to give you a general idea of what we're trying to achieve. So, I'm going to try and lay some stones. Right,
But
we'll see what happens.
You think one thing and then you realise how difficult it is, and then, you know, it changes.
Yes. So.
Yeah, when you put that much mortar down, then you don't need this piece at the back to make that flat edge.
Yeah, maybe not.
You could actually spin that stone around, because the other side is also nice and flat.
No, but I liked the triangle.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I'm going to attempt to do it as it was.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what he did on the video. And same in the cracks, just kind of push it all into the finger pointing, let's call it.
Finger pointing. I've heard of finger painting, not finger pointing.
Same but different.
Is it? So something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this marker is a bit further forward than we want the line.
Yeah, and this one is, I mean, they're just all rough, whether it's
it is going to be
82
rough.
centimetres or 80 centimetres, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. There's a small trail up there. If you could get that for me, that'd be great. So I'm going to move it around
You
here.
do want to keep it so it's bedded in
Yeah.
firmly in all the gaps.
Yeah, so whilst we have not done stone masonry before, quite like this, we have worked with lime a lot.
I mean, you didn't even tell people that we're working with lime here.
Well, I haven't told them that we're working with lime, but maybe I will later. I might even talk about our new Working with Lime for DIYers series, but I'll probably forget, to be honest.
It's also not finished just yet.
It's also not finished just yet, but it will be ready soon. Well, we've got club members.
Maybe by the time that this video goes out, it will be.
The club members are doing like a pre-launch check of everything.
Beta check.
Like a beta test thing.
Yeah.
So
that looks pretty good, I have to say.
It'd be interesting to actually see what we can get in here as
well,
like a small piece.
I was just about to say, should we try and find
Let's try and do that. And
so...
Oh, that's quite small, but yeah, that would work, I guess.
I don't know what kind of size you're looking for.
Well, eventually something that kind of bridges this gap.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were just trying to fill the little gap at the bottom there.
I mean, I don't know quite how pointed we want this to look, but I guess we don't want any gaps. So
no, otherwise you'll get weeds.
Exactly.
Definitely what I don't want. So in the video, he would then just get a trowelful and just push it in on top of that.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, but we can do that when we put the next one in.
Yes, exactly. This must have been sitting next to the pile of old stone because it's all...
There's quite a few that have orange on it. I think it's just...
Something like that?
Yeah, and if I get a couple of pieces of this rubble
like
that
the small stuff behind,
sorted up here, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if anyone could see that. But...
So, for those who ask, and we get asked it a little bit, is what is our plan for all the rubble that we've generated?
Hide it in this wall.
We have kept all of the rubble. This hardcore is made from the rubble that was under this concrete path that we took up. And then this, which is the actual concrete path, we're going to use to backfill here. And we have some more projects this year that are going to use up lots of the other rubble. Do you like that look where I put those two bits in?
I think we need to point around it a bit.
Yes, no, I'm finished, but...
Yeah.
And it's not going to be plumb, that's what I'm kind of saying. Too far wide out.
What do you mean?
Marker. You need to go behind that.
I'm just looking at the join.
Uh-huh. I think this one hasn't been turned in enough.
This one?
Yeah. And even a bit more. Yeah, that's better. Do you want the rubber mallet to be able to bash it down, or are you okay like that?
Well, I haven't really bashed any of them down yet, but they're so heavy.
Yeah, but you want them... I guess they normally do it to get the levels along the top right, but we're going for a different approach.
Yeah, none of these are level. I'm so glad that most of what we do is rustic, because I think...
Well, that's all we can achieve.
Yeah, exactly.
So some of those slivers that you have there can go into... Yeah,
they will. I think we'll have to do that afterwards, though.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
I was just going to try and, again, do the same thing back here by just jamming in a load of crap. Fill these gaps back here. Should we get a level just across?
We should, yes. Yeah. If you could do that, that'd be great.
I mean, that's pretty...
That's pretty good.
This bit is.
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying, there's now a gap there. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter, but you could just do that a bit. That's more... So, just hold on.
Still a bit high on that side, but...
This is definitely a slow and steady wins the race type job. Have a look at this situation. What we can put into that
space. Something quite flat. No, go away.
Okay, so
I need to do another mix because we've just run out.
Try that. Is that the right shape or size at all?
It could be. So we want to make sure we're trying to do
Upside
courses
down?
so that we have a stone that goes across this gap and a stone that goes across that gap.
Upside down. That's more what I was kind of thinking, but maybe to spin it.
Or we could go something like that.
Oh yeah, that's a good brush.
So good morning, welcome to day 2 on the steps project. We made some pretty good progress yesterday, but we didn't end up filming much of it. We were just kind of cracking on and trying to work out how this whole thing works. And I think we're pretty pleased with the result, although it's quite difficult to see just with this one single step, which is not backfilled and there's no caps on the top of it. But I think it's going in the right direction. It was a little bit fiddly, particularly because all of these stones are very irregular in shape and size, but I think that's just kind of how it goes. So we're going to press on today and see how much we can get done. I don't think we're going to get to capping any of these steps in this video, just based on how long this was taking yesterday, but we'll just see how far we can go.
The one thing that we were reflecting on last night is every time we learn a new skill, whether it's this or plastering or anything to do with this project, you start off so slow because you overthink everything, you're careful with everything. And we were like, this took us half a day just to build this tiny bit of stone wall. So we're really hoping now that we've kind of got some of the fundamentals in place that we can speed up a little bit, because we want to use this method in a few other places around here, which are much bigger projects. And if it takes a half a day to build this much, we're going to be just stone laying all year, which is...
probably not going to make great content.
No, but yeah, slow going.
So my goal for today is to not trip over the wall and kick it over.
Yep. So take that bucket, it's got stuff in it. Ooh.
Just going to use this to fill out the back a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a great way to use up the rubble.
I love the winters here. It's like 10 o'clock and I'm already getting too hot.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, that's probably enough, if not way too much. Yeah, some nice flat ones.
That we can then put this down and then one on top of it?
Yeah, maybe.
Or vice versa?
Yeah.
Like there?
And then a smaller thing on top. Yeah, okay, we can try that.
Okay, maybe not. I thought it would interlock nicer than that one.
We can modify it slightly. Yeah, so it's a good fit on the right hand side for sure.
Yeah, so
And
now
then
we can get a better fit from something else that's got more of a
square edge.
yeah, exactly.
This might be a bit too tall.
No, I want them, it's better to put them in the other orientation if we can. Try this one. That's not bad.
It's
Fill it
okay.
with something.
Because this is quite big, but it's not as big as this, there's not much height to then make up the level.
Okay. Oh, I missed a worm. Quick. Out you go. Get out. Okay, not in.
So everything is going pretty well with the second step. Much faster than the first one because there was much less stones involved. But one thing that was difficult to work out from the beginning, because on each side of the steps we're going to have some walls and some different levels, but we don't know what that's going to be exactly yet. And we realised that when we remove this earth to put those in, the side of this step would have just disappeared.
Potentially.
Potentially. So we've excavated a bit more, put like a very rough wall down the side with a load of rubble, and that should retain the mass of the step so it doesn't wash away or fall over. And what I'm doing now is just kind of tying in the top row of some of this stuff with a very light screed now that we've infilled all of this first step, which should tie it all together a bit better, hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of frost on here.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Come on, out the way, cat.
I mean, there's frost up on the soil there, so...
Oh, it's actually stuck. Wow.
It was cold last night. It's still cold.
Yeah, it is cold.
Pass me the Hessian bags. I have the frost on them. I'll just put them, I'll lay them out to dry.
There's no cracking, which is good.
It's a hard life, eh? So difficult to see from this angle how far it needs to go down to be level.
Well, that's pretty good. Nice. So the steps are done.
Yeah, and they look good. I don't know if this is kind of what either of us had in our mind when we started, because this whole thing has evolved
Considerably.
As we were building it. We were not going to have such deep steps to begin with, but it looks really nice. And then the big question that's still outstanding is how we tie it into the kind of the walls on the side, and that will come in the future. The one thing I'm really happy with is the use of the rubble, because I have so many other projects in my mind using rubble in a similar way, that this was kind of like, let's see if this works, and it works really well. So I'd say we halved the rubble pile from the rubble we took out of this area, so we used up half of it. And then when we do the walls, whatever happens around here, we'll probably use up the other half. But it was a good test case for, can we use up the rubble in this kind of rustic construction. The other thing is it's excellent to do this in the winter. We kept warm, actually too warm. The ground is really nice and soft. Interestingly, we've had a couple of frosts, so we had this covered. No impact, which I was a little bit concerned about. So we now know that the winter is the time to do all of these kind of outdoor digging projects.
Yeah, we knew that already.
Yeah, but that's why we did leave it until this time of the year, because you don't want to be doing this in July.
Definitely not. So yeah, this part of the project is done. Obviously we are not finished. We have some capping stones to go on top. We've managed to find some locally, which is great. We just need to get them here, unload them, find a place to store them, move it all around, and then get those installed as well. I've no idea if that's going to be like half a day's work or a whole week's work, because the stones that we've tracked down are all very irregular. They're all nice and flat, and they're pretty much 2 centimeters thick each, but there are some thin spots and some thicker spots. So again, it's going to be a bit of a jigsaw puzzle to find all the right pieces that all go together. And of course, the curve as well, because, you know, building a straight set of stairs would have just been way too easy.
We like to challenge ourselves.
Yes, we are constantly challenging ourselves. But that's it for now. We'll wrap this up and we'll see you in the next video. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
What? Why are you laughing?
The curves.
The curves.